make the final decisions on these items. The items on today's agenda will be heard by the County Commission on May 27th. When a motion ends in any kind of split vote, a roll call vote may be taken to ensure accuracy. As a reminder, each member who makes a motion or a second needs to turn their microphone on so that your voice is on the record. At this time, if any board member has had any ex parte communication regarding any application, please disclose so now. Okay, we need a motion for the P&Z minutes from April 5th.
A motion to approve.
I second it.
A motion from Bruce, a second by Joe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passed unanimously. Okay, item H1.
Item H.1, 21Z00007, tax account number 2416984. Lancecom MI LLC requests a change of zoning classification from RU230 to RU215 to make the property's zoning consistent with the future land use designation of residential 15 and in order to develop the site with single-family attached or multifamily residential dwelling units.
Okay, is the applicant here? Yes, sir. If you could please come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record, and just give us a little statement of what you're looking to do.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Kyle Lance. I currently live at 315 Surf Drive in Cape Canaveral. I have the plot of land in question, and I'm looking to bring this zoning from the RU2-30 to the RU2-15, which is consistent with the future land use for Brevard County. Once we get that approved, I am planning on building three buildings of single-family attached townhomes, one building every 2 years.
Okay. Is anyone in the audience would like to speak for or against this item? Seeing that, I bring it back to the board. Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Yeah, no, this is just downzoning to make it compatible, so I'm going to recommend approval.
Thank you.
I second it.
Got a motion from Bruce, a second by Joe. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice afternoon.
Okay, item 2.
Good afternoon, Board. Item H2 is 21Z00008. It's the J.W. Dunn Lodge number 37. They're requesting a change of zoning classification from INL to RR1 zoning. Tax account numbers 2718745 in District 4.
Okay, is the applicant here? Sir, if you could please come up and state your name and address for the record. He'll clean that real quick for you.
Good afternoon. I'm Patrick Meyer. My address is 1061 Hyde Park Lane, Melbourne, Florida.
And a little bit about what you're looking to do, sir.
Currently, I own the 4.5 acres next door that my wife and I are getting ready to build our retirement homestead on. And I'd like to purchase those 3 acres next to us to make sure there's no other housing developments go in, just for a little more elbow room. We'd like to use the property more for horticultural uses, putting some fruit trees on there and such.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak for or against this item? Well, hold on one second then. Sir, if you could just have a seat real quick. Sir, if you want to speak for or against it, you'd have to come up here to the podium and state your name and address here for the record.
Yeah, my name's Preston Phillips, and I live at 1051 Hazelwood, which my backyard is that piece of property that they're
Okay.
looking to change the zoning on. And I looked under what the RR1 stands for, and it says a lot of things are available, some things ain't, but then it says that under certain circumstances, this could be used, that could be used, this could be used, and that could be used. And my concern is, I don't want apartments behind my house, I don't want halfway houses behind my house, and I don't want them to jack the property up to where it floods my property.
Okay.
You know, that's my concerns. I've been taking care of that piece of property, probably 75 feet behind my house, probably 300 feet wide. I've been mowing that and keeping the woods back at a distance from all that stuff growing onto my property for the past 25 years. So
Okay.
that's all my concerns are.
Well,
You know,
like-
they putting in houses, or what are they doing, you know?
Well, right now, it's just a change of zoning,
I understand.
Yeah.
But the zoning that is changed to could affect me.
depending, yes. All right. Well, thank you. Anyone else would like to speak for or against this item? If the applicant could come back up, sir. And now, just a little bit more about what you're looking to do.
So the rural residential one was chosen because it's 1 house per acre, low density, which was requested by the seller to change to. He didn't want housing developments back there either, and neither did I. Like I said, I own the 4.5 acres next door already.
So you're looking to just put one home.
Yes. Single family.
All right. Hearing that, I bring it back to the board.
Yeah, I had some questions, if I could, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
So the existing uses, or the existing zoning of an institutional light, I guess, is that what it is? What are some of the uses that you could put under the existing zoning? I mean, that's mostly for things like halfway houses and drug rehabs and things like that, right?
Yeah, there's institutional uses that would be permitted. You would have a group home, level 1 or level 2, which level 1 is 1 to 6 residents, level 2 is 7 to 14 residents. Let me look up the classification
And
here.
it's consistent with its existing future land use, which is Res 15.
Yeah, it's a high
It's a-
land use
okay.
designation.
And then RR1 is basically used as a single-family home, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
rural.
it's a 1 acre lot. Now, his access is restricted. It doesn't meet the 125 feet width.
Right.
So he'll be, if he gets the zoning application approved, he'll be coming in for a flag lot application
Right.
to actually allow the development of the house.
Okay, so that'll be the limiting factor. So it's basically residential. There's none of those uses that were discussed would be possible if they do have changed the zoning. Okay. Thank you. So,
He's looking that
I
up,
don't know
Mr.
if that's,
Bruce.
yeah.
Mr. Chair, I have a question. Do you own the house directly to the south of it?
To the west. Not the house, the 4.5 acre lot.
Okay. I see where it's at, to the west. All right, thank you.
Okay. He answered my questions. I don't have, I think that the potential uses are far less worrisome than the existing uses could be. So with that, I'm going to make a motion to approve the request.
I'd second that.
We'd have a motion by Bruce, a second by Joe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passed unanimously. Okay, item H3.
Item H3, zoning application 21Z 00010, Habitat for Humanity of Bavard, Inc. Requests change of zoning classification from AU agricultural residential to RU-1-13, single-family residential. It's on tax count number 2802066 in District 5.
And Miss Kim, you already made it to the podium on us. And your name, you know the drill.
Yes. Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the Planning and Zoning Board. My name is Kim Rosanka. I'm with the law firm of Lacey Lyons and Rosanka out of the Rockledge office. I'm here on behalf of Habitat for Humanity. With me here today is Anna Terry. She's the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity, and Carrie Gleason, who's the Vice President of Real Estate Development. So if you have any questions about Habitat, they would be the ones to answer it. I have just a few handouts, some of which you've already had in your packet, but this is just to clarify since there's so many maps.
Thank you.
Hi.
This piece of property was given to Habitat for Humanity in 2013. It's a vacant piece of residential property. It's in a area that it's in the county, but it's adjacent to West Melbourne to the west, and that's mostly commercial to the west. What I've given you is, it's what's in your packet, the aerial, but just to give you a little bit idea of where this property is in case you're unfamiliar with it. It is very close to West Melbourne. To the north of it is the West Melbourne PD. To the west of it is Cumberland Farms, some office use, a single-family rental, and a used auto place. Below it, there is a piece of property I've labeled as 1 that's a .17 acre. Below that is a piece of property that's split between the road, and it's a .68 acre. If you go up from that, there's a .34 acre, and then there's a larger parcel, number 3. Actually, number 3 is only a .27 acre. But this is all residential use. It has a variety of zoning. They're all single-family zoning uses. What Habitat wishes to do is to split this lot to create 2 properties, to build homes, to dedicate to low-income families. This parcel was given to Habitat for low income. They can't use it right now because its value is too great. So they wish to split it, and it's compatible with the uses that's around it. If you look at the zoning map, you have AU, RR1, RU113, RU19, and so this fits right in. In fact, this is all Res 4, so these all work, but the AU parcels are too small to actually build on. So right now, we have an incompatible zoning of AU with a Res 4. It's not big enough for them to even build on it if they wanted to. And then if you look at the future land use map, that's all Res 4. Community commercial is to the west. The last page I've given you, which was in your packet, is the proposed lot split that Drew Polshock with AAL Land Surveying has done. And Lifestyles Home has agreed to do these homes. So they are prepared to go. They just don't have the right zoning, and the land is too valuable for them to use for Habitat for Humanity right now. So with that, I'd request the rezoning from AU to RU113.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience would like to speak for or against this item? That's good news, Kim. Okay, seeing that, I bring it back to the board. We have any questions for the applicant?
I understand that these homes are usually given away. Is that correct?
Well, hold on one second, Mr. Joe.
They work for it.
Ma'am, if
Good
you could-
afternoon, gentlemen. Carrie Gleason. No, they are not given away. Each essential workers' families works for them. They have to do sweat equity. They have to be qualified. It's a proper closing with a title company, and then the dedication, their keys are turned over to them once they've gone through all of the protocols.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, sirs?
Any other questions?
I totally understand it.
Thank you.
Great organization.
Yes, they are.
I motion to accept it.
Second.
Got a motion by Joe, a second by Mr. William. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passed unanimously. Kim, that was the easiest one I've ever seen with you. Thank you for what you're doing. That's a great deal.
That was pro bono.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
The opinions expressed by any member of the public during any period of public comment do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, or the program sponsor, and are solely those of the presenter. The Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, and the program sponsor hereby expressly disclaim any and all responsibility or liability for any defamatory or slanderous statements expressed by any member of the public during any such period.